Think about it. You don't get worked up over the little things, the tiny details that are actually important and add up significantly. There's a chance you might lose it all. You could wind up far from your desired place. The Stoics proclaimed that the key asset anyone can have is their character. An old proverb said, "Character forms destiny." Your character is what shapes your journey in life. With a weak character, you may initially succeed and earn honors, but this will lead to your downfall. Your arrogance and unethical behavior will inevitably lead to your downfall. On the other hand, with a solid character, things will work out. It doesn't imply an easy life or getting all you wish for, but you'll be okay. So, Stoicism is essentially about nurturing virtue and character. Marcus Aurelius believed the essence of life is to develop a noble character and serve the greater good. We're exploring this in today's episode. Don't be weak and watch till the end to forge a new you. We tend to say, "I'm destroyed. I've been betrayed. This shattered me. I'll never recover." But as Marcus Aurelius suggests, it can only devastate your life if it destroys your character. You must understand that bankruptcy, divorce, or scandal don't really matter in the grand scheme. They only matter if they impact your character. Everything else can be overcome. You can bounce back from any setback, but it's only truly damaging if it corrupts your character. Marcus Aurelius advises us to contemplate regularly the interdependence of all things in the universe. He describes how, when observing the stars at night, we should envision ourselves journeying alongside them, being part of the cosmos. Whenever I view a sunset, watch people, or admire beautiful landscapes, I think about humanity as a unified entity. I reflect on all past and future generations, realizing our collective bond. We're part of a grand organism, as Stoicism suggests. What affects this organism affects each of us. We're interconnected, sharing this journey, and I constantly remind myself of this unity. The advice to "don't sweat the small stuff" is valuable, but we can't overlook that details are important. Zeno, the Stoic founder, said, "Well-being is achieved through small steps, but they're far from trivial." Ignoring small but important details can lead to significant losses, taking you away from your aspirations. The challenge is to discern between minor, irrelevant things and essential small matters. Musonius Rufus advised that the effort put into doing good quickly fades, but the benefits last. Conversely, the fleeting pleasure from shameful acts leaves a lasting stain of shame. Keep this in mind. Hard work for good causes has enduring value, while seeking short-term pleasure through dubious means leaves a lasting mark of disgrace. Musonius Rufus observed that the labor involved in doing good is transient, but the goodness endures. On the other hand, pleasure derived from shameful acts is temporary, but the shame it brings lasts. It's important to understand that good achieved through hard work lasts, while the shame from pursuing short-term, dubious pleasures remains. People can be challenging, that's an undeniable fact, and one that Marcus Aurelius often explores in his Meditations. He starts the book with a rundown of the types of people you'll encounter: the irritating, the envious, the unintelligent. This is just how it is. His famous line, "The impediment to action advances action," is actually about dealing with tough people. Aurelius isn't advocating for cutting these people out of your life or losing faith in humanity. He's suggesting that these difficult interactions are chances to show compassion, learn to be better, and extract value from these experiences. His concept that "the obstacle is the way" encompasses this idea. We face difficult people regularly, and our challenge is to manage these relationships and elevate ourselves in the process. The story of Ulysses S. Grant is fascinating. He served with distinction in the Mexican-American War, but later faced a downturn, finding himself selling firewood for his father's business. When an old West Point colleague asked him in surprise about his situation, Grant simply replied, "I'm solving the problem of poverty." He wasn't bothered by the perceived menial nature of his work or any humiliation it might bring. His focus was on supporting his family and doing his job well, knowing it didn't define his worth. It's astonishing to think that just years later he would lead a vast army and eventually become the President of the United States. Grant's story teaches us the importance of humility and indifference to status. Whether in a low or high position, it doesn't change who you are or reflect your true value. That's what's truly important. In one of my preferred quotes from Meditations, Marcus Aurelius advises to accept it without arrogance, to let it go with indifference. This means when good things occur, we win awards, achieve success, earn money, it's great, but it doesn't define us as individuals. Similarly, when we face failure, criticism, or setbacks, it's also fine, as these too don't determine our worth. Another version translates this as, receive without pride, let go without attachment. It's about maintaining balance, not swaying too much by success or failure, and not associating your identity with these external events, but rather with the quality of your character. Marcus Aurelius constantly reminded himself to avoid being Caesarified, or overly influenced by the trappings and power of being an emperor, symbolized by the purple cloak of Caesar. This reflects the downfall of Julius Caesar, who was ultimately corrupted by his power, illustrating the adage that absolute power corrupts absolutely. While Marcus Aurelius is often considered an exception to this rule, Caesar was not. His ambition, desire for control, and insistence on having things his way led to his demise. This is the very reason Cato opposed him so vehemently. Cato understood that no single individual should wield such power. He recognized that while the Roman Republic was flawed, it was preferable to a system where power was concentrated in one person. Cato believed in the necessity of distributing power, ensuring checks and balances, which is why he steadfastly resisted Caesar's dominance. As we delve deeper into the Stoic philosophy, it becomes clear that the essence of Stoicism isn't just about managing external events, but also about cultivating inner strength and resilience. It teaches us that our reactions to events are more important than the events themselves. This is a powerful concept, especially in today's fast-paced and often chaotic world. Marcus Aurelius, in his contemplative practices, emphasized the significance of self-reflection and self-awareness. He believed that by understanding our thoughts and emotions, we could better control our reactions to the external world. This control, in turn, leads to a more peaceful and meaningful existence. It's not about suppressing emotions, but about understanding them and responding with reason and virtue. Let's consider the example of Seneca, another great Stoic philosopher. Seneca faced immense challenges and adversities in his life, including being exiled and later facing his own forced suicide. Yet, he consistently preached the importance of tranquility, arguing that a disturbed mind is a greater threat than any external adversity. He wrote extensively on the importance of keeping the mind at peace, which he believed was the key to enduring life's hardships. In our own lives, we can apply these Stoic teachings by focusing on what we can control: our thoughts, our actions, and our reactions. We can learn to detach from the outcomes that are beyond our control and instead focus on living in accordance with our values and principles. This doesn't mean becoming passive or indifferent, but rather actively engaging with the world from a place of inner stability and virtue. As we conclude today's episode, let's remember that building character isn't a one-time task, but a lifelong journey. It's about consistently choosing virtue over convenience, truth over illusion, and the common good over personal gain. By embracing the Stoic principles, we can navigate life's complexities with wisdom and grace, contributing positively to the world around us. Remember, as Marcus Aurelius said, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injustice." Let us strive to be the best versions of ourselves, not in reaction to others, but in line with our true nature and the timeless wisdom of Stoicism. Thank you for joining us in exploring these profound teachings. May the wisdom of the Stoics guide you in your journey towards a life of virtue, resilience, and enduring character. Check the videos on the screen for more Stoic wisdom. Until next time.